What up? Welcome back. And today's, I guess, recap video. You can probably see all my Apex accounts are gone. Just had a really hard time trading this market, and God knows if I had had a stop loss, I probably would have been out a lot sooner than I ended up being. But that's not the point. The point is, for now, the only hope that I'll ever have of trading with Apex again is if they accept my appeal. For those guys who don't know, I was on live probation. I thought, maybe it could be a good thing. Like, hey, maybe I get my accounts up and up and up and up, like I had been on my killer fucking streak that you guys saw for the longest time. Um, and being moved into a live account, orders are actually getting filled. I'll probably have better payout rules, less restrictions, and I just had to get through the restriction of what's that, just have to go through a phase where I have more restrictions, um and then I would make it to the brighter side, right? The home stretch. But clearly that's not what happened here. um If I want to say it, I think a part of me wants to blame Apex as like the easy scapegoat out of it. Like if I'm being 100% serious right now, I think for a lot of traders it's easy to blame, the rules being placed on you and whatnot. But the truth is, I just had a terrible, terrible weeks of trading, right? And I think when I first started, I was very good about back testing all the time. I freaking ironed out the strategy that made me almost $40,000 in 2 months. Like, it got to the point where I scaled so quickly. I mean, just to give you guys, some more context, right? I had pretty much spent $6,000 on Apex evals, PAs, resets, everything, without seeing a cent to my name. Found this strategy or back tested and created my version of this strategy in July, mid-July, and then pretty much straight out the door, I was making trades, making money every single day. Went on like a fucking 2 month win streak, thought I was unstoppable, and I think I just got, I don't know if complacent's the right word, but it's just like I stopped trying as hard as I should to maintain it, because obviously markets change, seasons change, markets change, everything changes. If it was always the same every single time, then there would, everybody would make money as a trader, right? But the whole thing is about adapting, and I pretty much just haven't been adapting. I think I've noticed that the strategy is hadn't been working, and you know, it's not to say like I haven't broken a few of my rules in between too, right? Like the only trade that it would have been good to take up here is this one when it broke through and bottom wicked to 511 and then popped up to 23. Probably was the only entry I had here, and then when this broke down, I should have taken a sell as it broke through, not a buy right here when it didn't even close. It closed like 7 points above, and I think a lot of it is just like I feel pressured to take a trade when I shouldn't be, right? And I think Apex was a very good reminder of like when you find something that works and you're slowly over time building and building and building these skills, the skills that you need to also remember that like it's not always going to be easy, because if it was, everybody would be making money in this and then there would be no money to be made from this, right? But this is, hopefully not my goodbye to Apex. Yeah, this loss was crazy. This was absolutely fucking crazy. The fact that I held a trade for this fucking long. Like, against all proper risk management, right? Like, probably would have stopped out and then I would have just waited, taken a buy, whatever, and maybe I would have gotten out. Maybe that's why these risk management rules are needed. But I feel like a lot of it just gets in my head. Like, I don't know. I definitely am gonna take this weekend to chill out, relax, and see how I want to evolve as a trader, because I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be blowing accounts left and right, buying new evals, passing the evals, blowing the fundeds, and just rinsing and repeating this cycle where that's just like burning money. I think a lot of you understand that like prop firms are fucking expensive. Like it's not funny how much money people put into prop firms hoping to see some sort of return and then never end up seeing any return because this is hard. And I think a lot of traders forget that like when they go on a fucking bad streak, it's like you need to remember how you got there, all the work that you did to get there, and then to try and get back there, right? Like I can't no strategy is going to be perfect every single time, right? We see this in, all the fake gurus out there, all the gurus out there, all the experienced traders out there. You're telling me none of them have ever blown up an account after being profitable? Like that's just not the case. These things happen, and I think it's better if we can accept that, you know, we have to continue to put in the work if we want to continue to see the results. And I'm always going to be forever grateful to Apex um, for giving me a taste of, what trading can do for me. But enough of the sappy shit. I did also take a few trades on my funded futures and what do you call it? Top Step. So I can go ahead and show those. So here's the oh my god. Oh my god, it's so ugly. It's like absolutely disgusting. But I'll just put it in my display so you guys can see it easier. So I'll go ahead and move this so you can see. My funded futures up 340 on each of my sim funded starter accounts. We basically just took two 9-point trades, roughly 9 and 8.5. But basically, market open, got a massive dump. This candle dumped down, we're below the 9 EMA. There was something else that popped up too. I was looking at one of my charts. I think we had a level here or something, or we rejected off of a level. So I came down, took. This seems not right. I think it came down all the way, popped back up, and then that's when I entered my sell, and then it kind of struggled for a bit, came up, came down, but then tapped me here. Should have just went for a bigger, should have just went for the full retest. And then right here, rejected off the 15-minute high. So I think the 15-minute high was right here, came up, tapped it, came down. Typically, I notice that when this happens, price typically usually comes back down before going up. So we came down, broke below the 9 EMA. I was looking for a top wick because this one didn't really form a top wick, and then we formed one, took a sell, and it basically just tapped me out of my take profit before going back up, which not bad, not bad. Only thing that's concerning with this, I think this trade lasted like 6 seconds, which is I don't know. This is the part that's like interesting to me because I can't control the time, but I can control my profit target. My profit target isn't considered micro scalping, so I'm curious to see how my funded futures looks at this if this account ever gets to pay out. But yeah, and then Top Step, I'm up 200 across each of the XFAs. So I just have two of them here. You can see day P&L 209, day P&L 212. Took a lot of fucking trades on here. I was pretty much just testing things out with micros. So you can see on the 18th. Started off with the loser, then micro DCA'd not DCA'd, but like adding to positions, adding to winners. Got a bunch of small trades in, and then I think it was like right around here when things started to pop back up. That's where you see this string of losses. So you see a bunch of wins on the shorts. And then once these candle opened and popped up, you can see actually that's my first round of losers with 2-1-1-1-1-1-1 micros. And then I flipped back to minis because that's when it started to collapse again, come down. And as I was pretty much taking sells on these top wicks down because they rejected off of the 15-minute high, which I think is the hardest thing about doing this when you're trading like 60 fucking prop firms and you have to do them all individually. You're looking for the same setups every single time. Or like you obviously me, I look for the same setup, but I can only take it on so many at a time, right? So this one right here, this first 15-minute rejection where it popped up, came down, closed bearish, came up, came down again. This right here should have been a perfect sell down. And it probably would have netted like, what was that, like 30 points? Yeah, 40 points. And I could have called it a day. These are the setups I want to be taking every single time. And it's just sad that I think I get a little flustered. There's a lot to this trading thing. But yeah. Ended red on my Apex accounts and green on my MFU and Top Step accounts. Looking to add back my Fast Track accounts, but I'm also just giving that one some time before I add maybe 3 or 5 more. Overall, this was a very, a lot of lessons learned during this week, right? For the first time, I fucking traded 2 days in a row on my Top Step accounts without blowing them. That's good. And you can see this one right here is fresh. So the balance is max loss limit is minus 2,000. So hopefully, I'm just gonna focus on these two for now. I'm gonna try to get a payout with my funded futures, and then I'm gonna see what their new milestone account is that they plan is that they say is gonna come out soon. I'm just curious what it is. And if no word from Apex, I'll probably scale into some Tradeify accounts because I hear that they've been paying out fast and reliably. So I'll probably start with 150K and then continue from there. But yeah, I'm not giving up on trading anytime soon, so there'll definitely be more trading content. It's just I need time to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm not just recklessly, blowing through money for fun because I don't want to get back into that same thing where it's like I'm spending thousands of dollars on a prop from before seeing money. The only one I'm there right now is Top Step where I haven't seen a cent and I'm like almost $2,000 in. But last week's a little oopsie accounted for almost half of it. So yeah. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go slow and steady, base hits, take more points where, I see my setups happen and then see what happens from there because I feel like I've just been trying to do too much on my mind, too many emotions running through my head. And if you're going through the same thing, you just got to remember what got you into this, how you felt when you finally, saw some return after like months, weeks, years of hard work, and you have to strive to get back there. I can't give up. That's not a choice for me. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry this is kind of a longer spiel, but I know a lot of people are blowing their accounts. A lot of people are probably going through the same thing. And yeah, just keep it going, guys. We got this. I'll see you all next time. Peace.